going to have two different case studies for sensory. The first one we'll talk about is the tuatara. Many animals have a third eye, also called the pineal gland that we've talked about, or sometimes it's also called the median eye. By the name, you might suspect what this does. We discussed the pineal gland of mammals as releasing melatonin to induce sleep. The pineal eye is similar but not enclosed in the brain like in birds and mammals. Some animals have a pineal eye on their forehead used for sensing circadian light and dark cycles, and possibly predators. Although it cannot produce an image, the pineal eye of lizards actually has a cornea, a lens, and a retina. This structure has become an endocrine gland in higher vertebrates, but it's still tied to circadian control. The tuatara is an ancient reptile endemic to New Zealand, with a direct lineage to dinosaurs. It also has a very well-developed pineal eye with a structure much like a cephalopod eye discussed earlier. The pineal eye of the tuatara has aqueous-filled cavity, much like our eye, a lens similar to its lateral eyes, pigment epithelial layer like the retina in cephalopods, and photoreceptor cells adjacent to a ganglia cell layer. One interesting note is that the pineal eye is not symmetrical but has a sac just behind the eye to the right. This pineal sac is analogous to the pineal gland in birds and mammals. It is possible that the tuatara is a link between the evolution of the pineal eye and the pineal gland. As with other animals, it's believed that the pineal eye in the tuatara is similar to the pineal gland, helping maintain circadian and circannual rhythms. Although the tuatara is a poikilothermic ectotherm, it can withstand a significant drop in its body temperature. It still experiences daily and seasonal patterns as with most vertebrates. The next one we'll talk about are elephants. African elephants communicate using incredibly low rumbling sounds that cannot be heard by the human ear. These rumbles are carried through the air as sound waves, which we'll talk about very soon, and also through the ground as seismic waves. The elephant's feet feel the seismic vibrations as well as their trunks. Concentrated at the tip of their trunks and on the heels and toes of their feet are very sensitive receptor cells called Pacinian corpuscles, which we've talked about. Scientists believe that these cells are the way elephants can sense faint vibrations. This seismic wave detection can enable elephants to hear other elephants at a great distance or through very dense vegetation. They can even detect underground water sources by using their trunks to feel for vibrations of water movement. In addition to the low rumbles, elephants also make sounds in higher frequencies. These may sound like a bark or a grunt, or a trumpet or a snort. Researchers believe that these snorts and grunts are distinct calls which elephants understand to mean different things.